Ruins of Saros will be map number 2. Dana up 1-0. ZVP. The matchup of immortals. Coming right up.
So here we are, as JaKaTaK said, on Ruins of Saros. Spawning in the bottom left, we have our pink Zerg from Is Impa. It is Dana.
And spawning. In the top, we got vertical positions here. It's the blue Protoss. Holy hit. Holy hit, Batman. And got those probes chrono boosting out, as so often we see. One of the important timings to learn as a Protoss player against a Zerg, actually even as a Terran player against a Zerg on this map, is when does that first Overlord go ahead and poke in? Because the Overlord does have better scouting vision than a building, because the building comes from the center. So you can actually move in, scout the building, and run away, and your opponent is none the wiser. So you have to run in over here and send a worker to see, is there an Overlord? And looks like Holy Hit going to be sending a bit too early.
Looks like he is going to miss that Overlord.
Yep. And going to be scouting, unfortunately, in the wrong direction. Should be scouting last. Big advantage for Dana here, as he's going for a 3-hatch before pool. Very greedy opener here. Actually, for both players, yeah. So we have a Nexus first. We're seeing a lot of that in this matchup, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can work, especially if you have an idea of what your opponent might be doing. Like, if you know your opponent's aggressive, you might be careful with that. But, you know, I think Holy Hit feels pretty safe right now. He did the Nexus first in the last game as well, and it worked out pretty well. He got some extra mining in.
Yep. Yeah, and, you know, if you're facing Bly, probably, you know, don't do that. But most Zergs, you can do it. You can make it happen. This Overlord going to come in. Pretty nice time. Going to see that double Cyber Core. A lot of times, double Gateway with a Cyber Core. A lot of times we see the double Adept chrono boosted out in these Nexus first scenarios. The Adept has been nerfed a tiny little bit, but still quite useful in the early game to acquire some map control.
Yeah, for sure. The shade on the Adept just makes it so you can shade between bases and be a real nuisance. Even with the nerf, Adepts are still pretty powerful.
Yep, Most Annoying Unit NA award did recently go to the Adept. Very, very narrowly lost to the Lurker. Most recently in the Annoying Awards 2016. Hope that you were there. It was at Madison Square Garden. Millions of people tuned in. Giant event that everyone on Earth cares about more than anything else. Yep.
Looks like pretty standard stuff, though, from Dana. He is getting his speed now. Just kind of macroing up, droning up. Nothing too crazy at the moment. The Adepts on the way to see what they can do and get the scouting in as well.
Nice little move over here. Going to take the Watchtower with the probe at the same time. Keeping an eye out. Drops pretty strong for Zerg and Protoss in this position. It's a new thing in Legacy of the Void. Zerg does tend to drop more because the investment is smaller. And make a move in over here. Cancels that shade. He says, 2 hatch before pool. Okay. Lings coming out just in time to deal with this. Going up to 10 Lings. Ooh, even more. Wow, look at this. Quite a few Lings here. Speed's going to finish up.
These Lings, they're moving across the map. Yeah, they might try and do a little bit of a poke here.
Yeah, generally speaking, you only need about 8 to deal with that first Adept aggression. So once you get past that number, you're really looking at a bit more aggression. Oh, wow, he's building a Roachworm behind us and building nonstop Lings. The commitment here is pretty strong. Do we have... All right, no drops available just yet, but a lot of units being built here. It looks like Holy Hit's got this in the bag, though, as far as the defense is concerned.
Yeah, he's
no drops to come in, and it's a Wallen versus a whole bunch of Lings. I feel like this is a pretty big mistake here from Dana.
I think, though, there is an evolution chamber. We've got some of the Lings getting into position. Yeah, I think we will be seeing a drop soon. And I think, though, that Holy Hit, he might have an idea about this. His Adepts are looking around in the main base.
Yeah, one of the big things that you can do against drops is just make sure you're on top of the drop while they're dropping. Once they're out, that's when it gets really scary. But if you can just kill them one by one as they drop out, you're going to be fine, especially with the depths in this scenario. And very strong position up in the front as well. Even having a cannon going down. Holy Hit is respecting this aggression. Even putting a... Oh, look at this. Cannon in the main mineral line as well. Not taking any chances at all.
Looks like we are going to have a bit of a multi-pronged attack here. We've got some Roach Ravager Ling going into the Nat. The drop going to cause some problems in the main. And actually, the Adepts have left.
Pay attention to this here. Nice split up so far. The drop is coming into the main now, though. He's going to need get some units over there. Holy Hit is. We are going double Stargate Phoenix, but it's not going to be in time for this drop to get into the main. There are no units to defend except these 2 Phoenix.
The Phoenix, they'll kill the Overlords, but not before all the Lings have been released.
Oh, this is quite problematic. Big attack coming through as well at the front. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Roach Ravagers, they are squeezing through here, unpowering the Forge and one of the gateways. The other pylon starting to be under fire as well. The Phoenix, though, they are arriving, picking up some of these Ravagers, but the probes, they're forced to evacuate the base. A lot of overcharges are needed here, but there's just not the energy. The Mothership Core is completely out of energy at this point.
Such a cool build here from Dana. Just getting that 3 hatch for 4 pool, not droning up the 3rd base, and just going for this super aggressive play. And look at this, now he builds 10, 12 drones behind it because he can. At this point in the game, Holy Hit. Yeah, there it is, the GG. That's that caster moment, right? We were like, so the game's over.